I really, really don't want to talk about this movie, but fuck it, let's just get it done right now. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to my review for Pet Sematary 2, released in 1992 and directed by Mary Lambert, who directed the first film, and stars Edward Furlong, Clancy Brown, Anthony Edwards, Jared Rushton, Sarah Trigger. I don't know. So this film follows two protagonists, two teenage boys, one of them dealing with his mother's recent death on a literal stage in a Hollywood production. And the other is some kid, Drew Gilbert, who is trying to deal with his abusive stepfather, played by Clancy Brown. And the Pet Sematary is involved in it for some reason. So yeah, if you can't tell already, I really don't like this movie, to put it lightly. I think it's one of the worst movies that I've ever seen. Yeah, that's yeah, no, it's an absolute just disaster. It's awful, but there is one thing that I like about this movie. One thing, and it is one shot, literally one shot of this movie that I can say is positive. And that's a shot of Clancy Brown when he's driving the car and he's running his stepson and his wife off the road, or his girlfriend, I can't remember. He's running them off the road and he's about to kill them, and then they both fucking die. But it's just this face that he has. He just looks over at them. He's like, it's that one shot of Clancy Brown's smiling face. Got a little chuckle out of me. I thought that was pretty funny. Everything else is not good. So all the performances in this are just awful. I mean, you have people like Anthony Edwards, fucking Goose from Top Gun, and he just sleepwalks through the movie. He doesn't do anything. He looks like his eyes are half closed all the time. He makes you tired just watching him. Edward Furlong, not a very good actor, at least in this movie. He is definitely 13 years old, and you can tell by every single time that he screams, which is quite frequently actually, which is quite annoying. He has the massive voice crack. It's just... You have Clancy Brown, who, as I said, that was that one shot of him I thought was hilarious. And don't get me wrong, I love Clancy Brown. I think he's a great actor. He was not good in this movie at all. I know some people can kind of see like a fun, campy, silly side to him. I found him aggressively annoying and not at all intimidating, and just... It was the kind of... He just made you roll your eyes, like, oh my god, he's eating with his mouth open. It's just like, ugh. His dog put his rhythm off while he was having a root, and he goes outside and fucking shoots a dog. It's like, what? I don't get it. I don't get... What are they trying to do? It's awful. It is awful. It is absolutely atrocious. And all the other performances, I just don't remember. Whoever played Drew, like, whatever, he was kind of in the movie, then he got killed halfway through. It was just like, well, okay. And speaking of which, the story in this thing. So they move into the Creed house, which, you know, looks absolutely nothing like it did in the first movie, which is really bizarre. And yeah, the Pet Sematary's there. It's kind of like a bit of a mythic legend that they have around the, or urban legend that they have around the town. The first time it happens, the dog, it's because the dog gets shot by Clancy Brown, because he was having sex and he got put off by the dog's barking. So that happens. And then the kid kills his stepdad and buries his stepdad in the Micmac burial grounds. And Clancy Brown comes back as a zombie. So this movie, most of this movie consists of Edward Furlong screaming, Anthony Edwards sleeping, and Clancy Brown running around being a zombie. Look, I know a lot of people dig this and think it's just absolutely hilarious, but this is the messiest, just unfunniest kind of campy concept you could go with. There is nothing enjoyable about it. As I said, I sniggered once when, you know, zombie Clancy Brown was running him off the road. That's the only thing I liked about it. And also, this movie is just so wacky too in the visual department. Like, there's just shit popping out, there's dead ghost mums around, there's bloody dogs with bright white eyes, like, you know, staring and snarling. It's incoherent. It is incoherent, and I just don't understand how this movie was directed by the same person who directed the original Pet Sematary a couple of years ago. Like, or a couple of years prior to this movie. It's just like, how do you go, like, from here to, like, down there? It was just a bizarre choice to go in the directions that they did. This movie is undisciplined as hell. There is no rules, there is no logic to anything, there is no stakes, there is no actual horror. It's just a incoherent, awful, boring mess. I don't know what else to say about it, but this is a hard one to review because this is one of those ones where it doesn't happen to me very often, but I had to actually stop and take a breather halfway through. I actually had to stop, pause it halfway through, sit down, have a coffee, and just wonder, am I actually using this precious time that I've been given in this life wisely? And I thought, no, but I've already watched half the movie, so fuck it, whatever, I'll finish it. I'm going to give Pet Sematary 2 1 star. Guys, thanks for watching my review of Pet Sematary 2. Look forward next week, I'll have my review of Pet Sematary 2019 out. Let me know what you think of Pet Sematary 2, because I know some people actually really enjoy the campiness of it, but I just think it's absolutely just awfully judged. I think they didn't really know what the hell they were doing, and it shows because it is a boring slog. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Bye.